Hey guys, it's Greg. In this video I would like to show you Vampire the Masquerade Palermo Conspiracies. So this is a prototype of the game, and this game is using Teburu System. So this is this app-driven system, and the app is necessary because it maintains most of this game. And we own the first part of this game, and this is a co-op game for up to 4 players, where players are playing as vampires and they are trying to overcome the ruler of Milano, at least in this first part. In Palermo, well, it's prototype, so we will see. The game is extremely immersive and we are in love with this first part, so I have really high hopes that Palermo is going to bring even more than the original one. So if you are interested in this title, just check out the rest of this video.
When Vampire the Masquerade Milan Uprising was released, it marked a bold experiment, blending the iconic World of Darkness setting with the digital Teburu system. For us, that game was a resounding success. It combined narrative depth, smart choices, and the immersive feel of living as vampires caught in political turmoil. Now comes Vampire the Masquerade Palermo Conspiracies. The stage has shifted from Milan to Sicily, but the focus remains the same. A tense, narrative-driven, cooperative experience for 1 to 4 players where every choice matters. This sequel doesn't reinvent the formula entirely, but it expands it in meaningful ways. Palermo feels denser, more alive, and more dangerous than before. It builds on the foundation of Milan, while introducing new factions, mechanics, and layers of strategy that make the experience both familiar and refreshing. The central plot is as dark as you would expect from a World of Darkness story. Prince Mark de Clesi, who once ruled Palermo's kindred with a firm hand, has disappeared. His absence plunges the city into chaos. Rival factions rise to claim power. The Geni line of Malkavians and the Mancini bloodline of Sicilian venture. To make matters worse, vigilantes known as the Nuovi Beati Paoli strike fear into the local vampire population, hunting down kindred who stray too far from the masquerade. Players step into the role of Archons, agents of the Camarilla, sent by the Toreador Justica Diana Iadanza. As Archons, you hold authority to investigate, judge, and punish those who threaten order. The narrative is packed with conspiracies, betrayals, and difficult choices. Just as in Milan, the story feels alive, but here it grows more intricate thanks to the expanded cast and shifting factions. One of the immediate strengths of Palermo Conspiracies lies in its cast of playable characters. While Milan's protagonists already offered strong personalities, Palermo takes the concept further. Each Archon comes with a defined backstory, personality, and mechanical twist that makes them feel unique to play. And we can choose from Jacopo Vettori, a Toreador with a background in photography and investigation, who balances flamboyance with a deep inner conflict. Next one is Evangeline Cross, who carries the discipline of a lawyer and military investigator. Her ambition to prove herself adds sharp edges to her decision. Third protagonist is Fabian Leitner, a Malkavian who hides his constant struggle behind a facade of humor. His knack for observation and profiling makes him invaluable. And the last one is Nicole Petit, a Nosferatu journalist, scarred physically but sharp mentally, and she thrives on secrets and the power they bring. These characters are not just thematic wrappers. Each Archon has personal resources, new unique abilities, and their own vampire haven, customizable through upgrades during the campaign. This addition makes Palermo's vampires feel more rooted in the world. You are not just an agent on the board, you are kindred with a story and personal stake in the city's fate. While the call of Palermo will feel familiar to anyone who played Milan, moving across the map, interacting with NPCs and making narrative decisions via the Teburu system, several new mechanics elevate the experience. First, resources are now managed individually. Instead of one shared pool, each vampire maintains their own resources. This seemingly small change forces players to lean into their character's strengths and creates moments where teamwork depends on negotiation rather than automatic sharing. It's more thematic and more strategic. Second, the suspicion mechanic ties directly to enemy control of the city. The more ground hostile factions gain, the faster suspicion of vampire activity rises. The simple addition creates an ever-present clock. Palermo doesn't just wait for you to explore, it actively pushes back, reminding you that delay carries consequences. Third, NPCs such as mercenaries, allies, and ghouls can now be hired individually. Unlike Milan, where they were managed from shared pool, Palermo assigns them directly to specific vampires. This leads to fun asymmetric decisions. Perhaps Jacopo builds a network of informants, while Nicole leans on raw muscle to solve problems. Finally, there are entirely new event types, and for example, werewolf attacks appear suddenly and shake up your carefully laid plans, while chaotic, they keep tensions high and remind you that Work of Darkness is full of dangers beyond politics. The Teburu system was already a standout feature in Milan, and Palermo makes it more useful. The digital dice roll integration remains smooth, and the AI-driven enemy behavior is as unpredictable as before. What really shines is the updated app interface. The new summary screen, which records what we know about each encountered character, is incredibly handy. In a game with branching storylines and hidden motives, this tool prevents confusion and keeps the investigation flowing. Combined with improved visuals, atmospheric sounds, and smoother dice roll handling, it feels like Teburu has matured. This digital backbone ensures that Palermo is not just a traditional board game with an app or add-on, but a true hybrid where the system enhances immersion without overshadowing the tabletop feel. The city itself deserves a mention as well. The board design, revealed tile by tile, depicts Palermo with new types of locations, including even areas on water that expand exploration possibilities. Each location isn't just a backdrop, it's tied to story beats and mechanical consequences. The variety feels a bit larger than Milan, and the addition of different factions contesting control ensures that not two sessions unfold the same way. The sense of Palermo as a living, breathing city is further supported by how suspicion escalates, how factions respond to your actions, and how unexpected encounters unfold. You don't just play through a static campaign, you react to a city that evolves dynamically around your group. Narrative has always been central to Vampire the Masquerade, and Palermo stays true to this legacy. The disappearance of the prince is more than a mystery. It's a pretext for exploring power struggles, moral dilemmas, and the fragility of the masquerade. The writing captures the chaotic punk tone of the Work of Darkness while also giving enough space for player agency. Your group makes decisions, votes on directions, and sometimes even spends influence to settle disputes. The Teburu integration makes this seamless, but the real strength is how the narrative embraces themes of paranoia, trust, and corruption. Fans of the role-playing game will recognize many elements, but Palermo also works for players new to the setting. The story is accessible while still rewarding those who understand the lore. Palermo is designed as a campaign game, and just like Milan, it shines over multiple sessions. The branching narrative, faction dynamics, and resource asymmetry ensures that different groups will experience different paths. The ability to bring NPCs from Milan into Palermo also adds longevity for those who played the first installment. Replayability comes not from wild randomness, but from strategic variety. Which Archons you choose, how you manage suspicion, and which factions you ally with all shape the outcome. For groups invested in narrative-driven co-play, this offers hours of engaging content. It's impossible not to compare Palermo with its predecessor. Milan Uprising was an innovative, bold step. Palermo Conspiracies feels like a refinement, deeper mechanics, stronger narrative, and improved Teburu integration. Where Milan introduced the system and world, Palermo builds on it with more detail. Separate resources, personal havens, the suspicion mechanic, and expanded NPC interactions all make Palermo feel fuller. Physically, Palermo comes with smart miniatures, detailed tiles, and the Teburu hardware. The miniatures are functional but also thematic, giving life to both the Archons and their adversaries. Tiles depicting the city are varied and atmospheric, while the companion app fills the gaps with music, narration, and sound design. The production quality aligns with what you would expect from a major title. It's not just about flashy visuals. The combination of physical and digital components create an immersive table presence that few games can rival. Vampire the Masquerade Palermo Conspiracies is more than just a sequel. It's a confident expansion of what made Milan Uprising great, enriched with new mechanics, a denser narrative, and stronger integration of the Teburu system. It offers players a living city full of intrigue, danger, and joys, where every Archon feels unique and every decision carries weight. For fans of narrative-driven cooperative games, Palermo is a must-play. For World of Darkness enthusiasts, it's a love letter to the setting, packed with conspiracies, betrayals, and gothic atmosphere. And for those who enjoyed Milan, Palermo is just the natural next step, bigger, richer, and even more engaging. That's all for today. See you at the next game.